Yo, what's up, bro?
Listen, we've got this crazy opportunity of a lifetime on our hands, okay? It's a national record. You're going to be up for a challenge?
Of course I'm up for the challenge, but what record?
If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together.
And today, together with Volkswagen, we're attempting a bunch of national records, or at least that's the plan.
The plan isn't easy. The current record of 4384.72 kilometers already means an average speed of over 180 kilometers per hour. And that's not including the pit stops and driver changes that we'll have to do to ensure the safety of everyone involved.
And to get those records, we're going to need something fast, which is why we've got the Virtus and the Taigun, a total of 5 cars, and we're driving at India's Temple of Speed, Natrax.
.3 kilometers of 4 pristine lanes that will allow us to run the Taigun at full throttle for the full 24 hours.
This is a grueling test of the durability of the powertrain, which is having to deal with exaggerated stress cycles at those speeds, but also the tires, constantly cornering at 190, 200 kilometers per hour, and the chassis holding everything together.
"24 hours through the heat of the day, the darkness of the night. This is a test not just for the car but also for the drivers. A test, and now it's time to find the answers. Because the time starts now.
Finally, it's time for my first stint. I was waiting in the pits for so long for my chance to drive, and it's finally here. It's about 7:38 p.m. The sun's just gone down, and the adrenaline is really flowing on this first stint. Just to be here at Natrax, drive these cars at these speeds safely, legally, it's amazing. And ever so often you pass one of the other cars, or one of the other cars passes you, and it's just an incredible feeling. But these first few laps are very important to get right, because firstly you need to find your fastest line through these bankings, and it's not quite the same for every driver. Everyone has their little nuances, their little bit of their own technique, and it's just very important to find out your fastest line. Just radio the pits and ask them what the lap times are like, and that will just help you nail the fastest laps. But it's also important to settle into a calm rhythm of driving really fast for long hours. That's the key in these endurance drives.
And endurance competitions have given life to a lot of the comforts of your car. Windshield wipers, LED headlights, direct injection petrol engines, and so much more. All of these features were born from the need to go faster, and the Taigun benefits from all of those learnings of the Volkswagen Group. So there is real pedigree here, direct or indirect, and you can feel it flowing through its veins.
Pulling into the pits now, stint 1 is finished. All in all, a successful run. I was up to speed. The pits told me that the laps were good, the laps were consistent, and they were just what they needed. And now it's time to swap drivers, fill fuel, and rest it out. Just finished my first stint, did about 220-230 kilometers in an hour and a half, which means an average speed of about 190 plus kilometers per hour. But aside from that, no complaints from the car. These are just hitting their strides right now, and that's also down to the meticulously choreographed dance of the engineers and the pit crews that are just making sure everything is inch perfect. I'm in what they call the graveyard shift. It's about 2:30, 2:33 a.m. right now, but this is my favorite time to drive. It's dark, it's cold, there's less wind, and there's higher speeds. In fact, the Taigun right now in these conditions is just flying, whereas we were doing average speeds of 191, 192 over the lap in the evening stint. Right now, It's consistently 195 to 196. Might not seem like a lot, but these extra 4 kilometers per hour every single lap for hours and hours are crucial for us to nail the record. Just finished my second stint. It's about 3:30 a.m. now. The temperatures have come down, the wind has also dropped. So average speeds were a lot more consistent, 193, 194 for the entirety of the lap. It was also a much quieter stint, almost like meditation at 194 if you can call it that. But aside from that, just smooth sailing.
At the end of every stint, there's a call on the walkie letting the driver know that they need to come in on the next lap. And once the driver stops on their marks, they jump out, let the next driver jump in. And while they get comfortable, there's just enough time to fill fuel, clean the windshield, and we go again.
Every 6 to 8 hours is also a service stop, which is slightly longer but gives the team enough time to do the regular driver swaps and fuel fills, as well as tire changes or tire rotations. I'm now in my second driving stint, having barely slept 2 hours since the record run started over 18 hours ago. But mental strength is the key here, because anything less can lead to disaster.
Imagine doing speeds your car will only do once or twice in its lifetime for 24 straight hours. We're now on the business end of that 24 hours and we're 17 minutes and precisely 54 kilometers behind schedule. 17 minutes could decide whether we get the record or go home empty-handed. Time to really put the pedal to the metal.
Team, I'm coming into the pits now. We need to change the drivers.
We've just finished our final stint and this one was really important. We're pushing really hard now, which means places where there was time to hold back and regain our focus, that margin just doesn't exist anymore. Now it's flat out, foot to the floor for the entire 11.36 kilometers. It's about 9:30 a.m. right now. We've already crossed the 3,700 kilometer mark and we're on track to break the national record by 12:30 p.m. I have goosebumps right now because we'll also have an hour and a half after that to absolutely smash that record.
But the record isn't done yet. With the final stints being driven now, the record is out of our hands and in theirs. The hopes, dreams of all the engineers, mechanics, other drivers, everyone rests on this. Even a 6 Sigma process, which accounts for just 3.4 errors per million events, isn't enough. Here there can be no errors with tires, engine, gearbox, lights, electronics, timing, pit stops. Everything needs to be perfect and then we have a chance at beating the record.
And as luck would have it, we've done it. Together with Volkswagen, we set a new national record, 4654.48 kilometers in 24 hours with a 1.5 litre Volkswagen Virtus. I've done the math. That's an average speed of 193.3 kilometers per hour for 24 hours, including the pit stops. That's blistering fast. And over those 24 hours, there was not a single hiccup from the cars. You could actually take these very cars and drive them home comfortably. Even us, Team Taigun with the 1 litre TSI beat the previous national record set by a 2 litre turbo petrol SUV in that 1 litre TSI car. Incredible.
That's what TSI power means. That is what TSI power can do. And this is in Volkswagen's DNA. Back in the day when the Phaeton was being developed, the engineering brief was that it should be able to do 297 kilometers per hour in 50 degrees Celsius ambient temperature while maintaining a comfortable 22 degrees Celsius inside all day long.
That's the kind of benchmarks Volkswagen's cars have always been built to deal with. So it's no surprise that the latest cars from Volkswagen have just clocked over 190 kilometers per hour for 24 hours to set a new national record. What an achievement, what a great feat, what a great team behind it all, and of course, what a brilliant set of machines.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And if you want to go fast, far, go in a Volkswagen.
First of all, a very proud moment for us that we have broken this record, which was, by the way, held by a car with a much higher displacement engine. So with the 1.5s, it's indeed a very, very happy moment for us at Volkswagen India. And I'm sure for the hundreds of thousands of customers who are out there who have bought our cars and who believe in the durability and reliability and the German engineering of these cars. And that's exactly what this record stands for, a proof point of the engineering that goes into our cars, the kind of build quality that has been achieved. Of course, our brand prides itself in the DNA of safety, build quality and fun to drive, and the German engineering that is inherent to all our products. But along with that, I think what all both these cars prove also is the kind of manufacturing prowess that we have brought into these cars by them being made in India. And I think that's something which is again a very, very proud moment, because this manufacturing prowess and engineering prowess that our brand has is also being recognized around the world. Our Volkswagens made in India are exported to more than 50 countries worldwide, and virtually every day I have expression of interest from a lot of other countries who want to get these cars into their markets as well. So definitely, I think a proof point, as I said before, of the basic DNA and the precision, the kind of testing that goes into our car, the kind of build quality that goes into our cars, and the attention to detail that goes into our cars. We'll go into the record books, of course, but also something which people can look forward to at least trying to break. A very proud moment indeed for us.